Welcome back, friends. In this lecture, after seeing the Mealy machine and the Moore machine, in this lecture we are going to discuss how do we convert a Moore machine to Mealy machine and how do we convert Mealy machine to Moore machine. Now this is the first conversion technique, a pretty simpler one, where I am trying to convert a Moore machine to Mealy machine. Now this is a straightforward formula that I'll be using. Lambda, which is an output function, lambda of qi comma ai, where qi is the current state, ai is the current input symbol, is equal to lambda of del of qi comma ai. So I'll be using this formula. Okay, you have to remember this formula, and I'll be converting using this formula. I'll be converting the given Moore machine to Mealy machine. Okay, now here an example. I'm asked to convert this particular Moore machine to an equivalent Mealy machine, right? So the formula to be remembered here, okay, just remember this formula. I'll be using this formula, lambda of a particular current state comma the current input symbol is equal to lambda of del of qi comma ai. So I'll be throughout using this formula. Okay, now the Mealy machine that is given to you here, okay, the input alphabet sigma over here happens to be a comma b, right? So in this particular problem that is given to me, first of all I know that the sigma that is given to me happens to be a comma b. Then the output alphabet, if you are talking about, okay, the output alphabet happens to be 1, 2 and 3. These are the only 3 possible outputs that you get, and the set of states in this particular Moore machine are only 3, that is Q0, Q1 and Q2, right? And as you know, the lambda function for any Moore machine is nothing but the state giving the output, right? Fine. So these are the things, and also the initial state Q0 in my problem here is Q0 itself. Okay. Now what are the transitions del? Okay, transitions will be each state over each input, okay, giving another state. So we shall see all this, right? So first thing what you are going to do is you have to take the first state, that is Q0. Fine, you have to take the first state, that is Q0. It's an initial state, right? And now you have to find out, according to formula, you have to find out lambda of the first state Q0 on the first input symbol, right? So we will first find out what is lambda of Q0 on the first input symbol, that is A. Then next we are going to find out what is lambda or output from state Q0 on the second input, that is B. There are only 2 input symbols, A or B. So I have to first find out what is lambda of Q0 on A, then lambda of Q0 on B, then next lambda of Q1 on A, then Q1 on B, and then Q2 on A, Q2 on B, right? So Q0 on A, Q0 on B. Then we will find out lambda of the next state, that is Q1 on reading A, lambda of the same state Q1 on reading B, then lambda of the last state, that is Q2 on reading A, and lambda of Q2 on reading B. So we are going to individually find this out, right? Now let us use the formula and see. So lambda of any state Qi over any input symbol Ai can be written as lambda of delta of that same state over the same input. So this can be written as lambda of del of the same state Q0 on the same input A. Now how this can be further written is, so this can be written as lambda of, now you need to find out, okay, we already know what's a del function. Del function on any input on any current state, and on any input symbol that is red, delta always gives a new state. So what is the transition from state Q0 on A? So from Q0 on A, it goes to the new state Q1. So del of Q0 A gives you the state Q1. Now you find out what is lambda. Lambda means output. Lambda means output function. So lambda means output. Now you find out what is the output that you are getting at state Q1, or what is the output that is associated with state Q1. So output associated with state Q1 is 1. So the answer of this is 1. Similarly, for Q0 B, it is written as lambda of delta of Q0 on B. Then you find out, okay, what is transition from Q0 on B. Now Q0 on B, it goes to Q0 only, right? Q0. So then you find out what is the output that is associated with state Q0. Output associated with state Q0 is 0. Correct? Then we find out lambda of Q1 on A. So this can be written as, see, remember, I am just using this formula. Okay, so you have to remember this formula. Lambda of del of Q1 on A. So this can be written as lambda. Now find out what is transition of state Q1 on A. What is transition of state Q1 on A? Now Q1 on reading A, is it going to any state? Okay, Q1 on reading A, you see it is going to state Q0. Q1 on reading A, it is going to Q0. So the answer here will be Q0, right? And what is the value associated with the state? What is the output associated with state Q0? It is 0. Now this can be further written as del of Q1 on B. So this is lambda of, now what is the transition of state Q1 on B? Now state Q1 on reading B goes to Q2, right? So the value here is Q2. And what is the output at state Q2? Output at state Q2 is 2. This can be further written as lambda of del of Q2 comma A. Q2 comma A. Now you need to find out what is the transition of Q2 on A. That means Q2 on reading A goes where? It goes to Q1, right? It goes to state Q1. And what is the output associated with state Q1? Output associated with state Q1 is 1. And finally this can be written as lambda of del of Q2 on B. Now what is the del of Q2 on B? What is the transition, okay, from state Q2 on reading B? So from Q2 on reading B, you remain in state Q2 itself, right? So Q2. And what is the output associated with state Q2? The output associated with Q2 is 2. So I will be writing 2 over here, right? Now how do we write the equivalent milli machine now? Correct. Now if you carefully read this, okay, I'll just show you the difference between writing what is lambda of Q0 comma A. Okay, I'll just show you the difference. What is the meaning of delta of say Q0 comma A means what, and lambda of Q0 comma A means what? Now remember, del or delta is our usual transition function. So now what is delta of Q0 on A? Q0 on reading A, this delta function gives you a state in which the automata will reach. So whenever you have a transition function delta, it is going to denote which is the state where you are going to reach, correct, at the end of the transition. So the answer of this is nothing but the state, the next state. In my case here it is state Q1, correct. Now what we have written here is lambda of Q0 comma. That means what is the output? Remember, lambda is the output function. So how do you read this? What is the output that is generated when from state Q1 you are going to read A, right? So it simply means from state Q0 when you are going to read A, where you are going will be depicted by del. What lambda will depict? Lambda will depict what is the output that you get. Okay, lambda will depict what is the output that you get. Okay, in my case here the output is 1 because we have just found out 1 over here. So how do we draw the equivalent Moore machine, milli machine? I'm sorry, this is Moore machine. Okay, so my equivalent milli machine, one thing please remember, in Moore machine the output is associated with each state, correct? So Q0 had output 0, Q1 associated output was 1, Q2 associated output was 2. Now when you are going to convert this Moore machine to an equivalent milli machine, in that milli machine the very first modification that you are going to do, no longer the output will be associated with the states. So I am going to erase this, right? Now we will only observe, this. We know that delta of Q0 on A. So what you do, as it is the given Moore machine, you copy and draw it again as a milli machine. Now only one difference what you will have to do is, you will not have to write the values, output values associated with the states in the resultant milli machine. So those values I have removed, correct? Now what happens in milli machine? In milli machine, where do you write the output? You are writing the output along the transition lines, correct? So we will analyze this. Now del of Q0 on A goes to state Q1. We know Q0 on reading A, it goes to Q1. The transition function del is going to tell us, right? Now what is the output that is generated when from Q0 you are reading A? So from Q0 when you are reading A, what is the output that is generated? What is the output that you are generating from state Q0 on reading A? What is that output that is being generated? Output generated is 1. We have just found out. See, lambda of Q0 on A, the answer is 1. That means you have to write here /1. Correct? So this is the meaning of it. Now we will decode the second one. Now Q0 on reading B, it goes to Q0 only. Okay, the same thing what milli machine does. Now we are concerned with what is the output that is generated. Okay, that is lambda. What is the output that is generated when from state Q0 you are reading B? What is the output that is generated? So now read, output that is generated when from state Q0 you are reading B, the output that is generated is 0. So you will write here 0. So lambda is what? Lambda means output. So you read it like this, output that is generated when from state Q0 you are reading B as input. So output that is generated when from state Q0 you are reading B as input. So when B is read as input from state Q0, output will be 0. How we get? We get it over here. Now in the same manner we are going to write the other values. Now what is the output that is generated when you are in state 1 and A is read? So when you are in state Q1 and when A is read as input here, okay, what is the output that is generated? Okay, so when you are in state Q1 and when A is read as input symbol, the output that is generated happens to be 0. So you write 0 there. Correct? Then let's proceed. What is the output that is generated when you are in state Q1 and B is read as input? So when you are in state Q1 and when B is read as input, what is the output generated here? So what is the output generated here? When you are in state Q1 and the B is read as input, the output generated is 2. So we will have to write 2 here. Correct? Then let's proceed. What is the output that is generated when you are in state Q2 and when A is read? What is the output that is generated when you are in state Q2 and when A is read? What is the output here? Okay. What is the output here? Output when you are in state Q2 and when A is read, the output here happens to be 1. So you write 1 here. And finally, what is the output that is generated when you are in state Q2 and when B is read as input? So when you are in Q2 and when B is read as input, what is the output that is generated here? In this case, the output generated here is 2. So you write 2 here. So this is an equivalent milli machine for the given Moore machine. So you have to whenever you are converting Moore machine to milli machine, it's very simple. You have to remember this formula, okay, and then you have to use the formula for every state and for every input. Okay, you will get the outputs, right? Then while drawing the equivalent milli machine, you have to copy this same figure and you have to redraw it. Only difference is now for the resultant milli machine, the outputs won't be associated with the states, so you don't have to write those. All other transitions, everything will be same. And then just by looking at this, the formula, you can just determine what is the output from a particular state when particular input is read, and the output appears here. So that you are going to write with slash and the output. So this is the equivalent for this Moore machine. This is the equivalent milli machine. Next, we are going to now learn how to convert a given milli machine to the Moore machine. Now, Moore to milli machine that we have seen already, that was the formula was quite small. However, when you convert milli machine to Moore machine, the formula is slightly lengthier, but it is easy to remember. Del dash of the state Q, comma the current output I, comma input I is equal to del of Q comma input I, comma lambda of Q comma input I, whereas lambda dash of Q comma output I can be written as output I. You need to remember this formula, and as we solve the problem, it will become more clear what exactly this formula means and how to come up with the solution. Okay, so I'll be copying this formula here for us to understand, and we are supposed to, now this problem is given, we are supposed to convert the following milli machine to the Moore machine, right? Now the very first thing what you are going to do is you are going to list what are the states. Okay, so let's do so. We have the following states. Okay, so if you are going to see the states Q, we have only 3 states. We have Q naught, you have P naught, and you have P1. These are the 3 states, right? The input alphabet sigma here happens to be 0 or 1, and the output alphabet delta, capital delta, happens to be either yes or no. Agreed? Now so this is the given milli machine. Now you need to find out what will be the states of the resultant Moore machine. Okay, so what you have to do is the states of the resultant Moore machine will be a pair of state comma the output. Okay, so how many states will be there for the resultant Moore machine? See, there are 3 states in the milli machine that is given to us, and there are 2 output symbols. So how many states? The first state will be Q naught Y, second will be Q naught N, third will be P naught Y, P naught N, and then P1 Y, P1 N. So this will be the states of the resultant Moore machine. Remember, the states of the resultant Moore machine, states of the Moore machine will be the combination of the state of the milli machine, ith state of the milli machine, and ith output. Okay, ith output of the milli machine. So this will be the state of Moore machine, right? So let's first write the possible states. Okay, so we say the possible states of the resultant, okay, the resultant Moore machine will be, or R, okay, the first state will be, since Q0 is the first state that is given in the milli machine, Q0 with output yes, then the same state Q0 with output no. So always the pair will be what? State comma output of the given milli machine will be a state for the Moore machine. Then the next state which is given in the given milli machine is P0. So one of the states of the Moore machine will be P0 yes, because yes is one of the output, and the second state will be P0 no, because no is the second output. Similarly, third state will be the third state in the given milli machine is P1. So the resultant state of the Moore machine will be P1 with yes as output and P1 with no as the output. So in general, pair of each state and output of the milli machine will be a state of the resultant Moore machine. So these are the states. Now you have to apply this formula del dash q comma output I comma input I. Now here you already have got q comma, this is the output I. So this square bracket entity is already nothing but it's a state. Now what is input I? Now inputs in this particular diagram, there are two inputs, either 0 or 1, right? So using the formula I will first write del dash, okay, del dash of the first state, that is Q0 comma y, comma the first input, let's say it's 0, okay. So del dash of q, now my current state is Q0 comma y, so this is that, actually whatever I have written here in the formula in the square bracket happens to be the state of the resultant Moore machine. So Q0 comma y comma the first input, now 0 is the first input, okay. Now this can be further written as how? This can be further written as del of, okay, del of the state that is Q0 comma input I, that is 0, comma lambda of the state that is Q0 comma input I, that is 0. Yes, I have just straightforward used this formula, right? This can be further written as, now remember students, del is a transition function. Transition function always gives you the new state. So you have to now look at the diagram and find out what is the new state there where we reach from Q0 when we read 0. So from Q0 when 0 is read, okay, we go to P0 state. So del of Q0 comma 0 happens to be P0. Now when I talk about lambda, lambda is what is the output generated for that transition. So what is that output generated for the transition from state Q0 on reading 0? From state Q0 on reading 0, what is the output that is generated? Output generated here is no, correct? So that's the meaning of this, correct? So this is basically the answer of del dash of Q0 y on 0, correct? Now we'll use the second formula, lambda dash for the same state, that is state comma output. So we will now next write what is lambda dash for the, okay, I'll be writing it here, okay, and what is lambda dash of the state Q0 comma y. So what is the output? What I am trying to find out is, since you are going to design a Moore machine, you are going to find out by lambda dash, you are going to find out what is the output that is associated with this state Q0 y, and the formula says lambda dash of any state comma output I will be the output I itself. So what is output I? Y. So output associated with this state will be y. So this is the first step. Second, in the similar basis, we are going to now find out what is del dash of the same state Q0 y Now first input 0 we have already considered. The second input symbol is 1, so that I am going to write here. So this can be further written as using the formula del of Q naught comma the input comma lambda of the state Q naught comma input, that is 1. Again looking at the diagram, what is transition of Q naught on 1? From Q naught on reading 1 you go to P1, so the answer here is P1. And what is the output that is generated for the transition from Q naught on 1? Output generated for the transition of Q naught on reading 1, the output generated is no. So the answer here is no, P naught. Okay, P1 comma n, no is the answer. And then what is lambda dash of Q naught comma y? Again this will be same, because the state is same, the output will be y only. Then third, so what we have done is we have seen this particular state Q naught y on input to 0 as well as this same state on input 1. Now the same procedure you have to repeat for the second state. So we are going to next find out del dash of Q naught comma no on 0 and on 1. Del dash of the second state Q naught comma no on reading 0 we will find out first, and fourth we are going to find out del dash of the same state Q naught comma no on reading 1. Fine, we are talking about the second state that is generated here. Now using the formula, this can be easily written as del of the state that is Q naught comma the input that is 0 comma lambda of the state that is Q naught comma input that is 0. So this can be further written as, just see the diagram. What is the transition from state Q naught on reading 0? From state Q naught on reading 0 you go to P naught. So you will write here P naught. Okay. And what is the output that is generated for the transition from Q naught on 0? From Q naught on reading 0, the output generated is no. So you will write P naught n. Fine. And now what is the output that is associated with the state P naught comma n? Will be the output itself, that is n. Fine. Now for the next one we'll write here del of Q naught comma input that is 1 comma lambda of input Q naught comma of the state Q naught comma input 1. So this can be written as, what is transition of Q naught on 1? Q naught on reading 1 it goes to P1. So you will write here P1 comma, what is the output for the transition from Q naught on reading 1? Q naught on reading 1, the output that is there is no. So you write here no. The state generated is P1n, and lambda of Q naught comma n will be n. Now when I say Q naught comma n, it is this state which is considered I am talking about, right? So we have done transition for Q naught x on 0 and Q naught x on, Q naught no on 0, Q naught no on 1. So this one is done. Now next state is P naught y. Okay, so fifth one will write del dash of the state P naught yes on 0, and then sixth we'll find out del dash of state P naught y on 1. Correct? Then we will go for P naught n on 0, P naught n for 1. Then we will find out del dash of P naught n on reading 0, and then we will find out del dash of P naught n on reading 1. Then okay, so P naught n on reading no, P naught n on reading 1, then P1 y on reading 0, P1 y on reading 1. So then we'll find out what is del dash of P1y on reading 0, del dash of P1y on reading 1, and finally we'll find out del dash of the last state P1 no, P1 no on reading 0, and lastly del dash of P1 no on reading 1. All this we'll find out. So quickly we'll write. So this can be further written as del of the state P0 on input 0 is delta of the state P0 on input 0 comma lambda of the state P0 on input 0. Now this can be written as just see from state P0 on reading 0 where it goes. So from state P0 on reading 0 it goes to P0 itself, and the output generated here is y. Yes, correct. So it goes to P0 itself and the output generated is y, and lambda of the state, that is P0y, will be y itself. Then in a similar basis we write here it is the state P0 comma input comma lambda of the state P0 comma input, that is 1. So then you just see the diagram and check what is the transition of state P0 on 1. Now P0 on reading 1 it goes to P1 and the output is y. So delta value will be P0 on 1 goes to P1 and the output will be y. So it will be P1y. Okay, so it will be P1 comma y, and that lambda dash, it's not lambda, it's lambda dash will be of P0 y will be the same, it will be y. This can be further written as del of the state P0 on input 0, okay, comma lambda of the state P0 on input 0, okay. So again P0 on 0, okay, we have already calculated here. P0 on 0 gives you P0 itself, right? P0 on 0 it gives you P0 itself, and lambda of P0 on 0 gives you, yes, that also we have already calculated, so I'll be writing it as it is. Now lambda dash of state P0 on no will be no. On the similar lines we write del of P0 comma input 1 comma lambda of the state P0 comma input 1. So this can be written as P0 on 1 we have already calculated here, okay. Delta of P0 on 1 happens to be P1 and lambda of P0 on 1 happens to be y. We have already calculated here. So P0 on 1 will be P1 and P0 lambda of P0 on 1 will be y. So it will be P1y, P1 comma y, and lambda dash of your P0 comma no will be no, right? So for the next formula, del of the state P1 comma input, that is 0, comma lambda of the state P1 comma input 0, this will be what? So P1 on 0 have we calculated already? No. So that we'll calculate. Let's see the diagram. Transition of state P1 on 0. Okay, now P1 on reading 0 it goes to P0 and the output generated is no. So it is P0 no. Okay. So what you get here is P0 comma output generated is no. So this will be lambda dash of P1 comma y will be y itself. Then here this will be delta of P1 comma input 1 comma lambda of P1 comma input 1, right? We see the diagram. Transition from state P1 on reading 1, where it goes from state P1 on reading 1, it goes to P1 itself, and the output is y. So answer is P1 y. Okay, so what you get here is P1 comma y, and lambda dash of P1 y will be y itself, correct? And finally delta of P1 comma 0 comma lambda of P1 comma 0. Now the values we have already calculated here. Delta of P1 0 we have calculated. The answer is P naught, and lambda of P1 0 is n. So here also it will be P naught n, and lambda dash of P1 comma n will be n, that is no. And finally for this one, okay, this can be written as delta of state P1 on input 1 comma lambda of state P1 on input 1 is equal to, now we have already calculated delta of P11 and lambda of P11. The answer is P1y, so I will be writing it here, P1y, and lambda dash of P1 comma no will be no itself. So what you get here is, in this what you get here is, see, first of all these are the states. So what you get here is transition. How to read this? Now you can read this like this: transition from this particular state on reading 0, it goes to this state. Similarly, transition from this state on reading 1, it goes to this state. So first and foremost, what we are going to do is, we are going to while drawing the resultant Moore machine, we are going to first draw all the states of that Moore machine, and then we are going to link. Okay, so as you know, the states are already listed, so I will just write those states. First state that was there was say, okay, it was Q naught, correct? So one state will be Q naught yes. Okay, Q naught no will be one state, and second state will be Q naught yes. Correct? Q naught yes, Q naught no. Similarly, you will have a state, say P naught yes, and I'll draw somewhere here. Keep spaces so that the arrows will not overlap. P naught n, and then we will have P1n. P1n will be one of the states, and P1 yes will be another state. P1 yes will be another state. So how many states do we have? We have 6 states. We had initially listed here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states. I have simply drawn the states, and now I have to only connect, right? So let's start. Let's begin with Q naught y. Okay, now read like this: transition del dash is actually del only. So transition from this state on reading 0. So from Q naught y on reading 0, you go to P naught no. So that means from Q naught y on reading 0, you go to P naught no. So from Q naught y on reading 0, you will go to P naught no. Fine. And we will see output associated with the states later on. Okay, first let us only connect the states. Second, from this same state Q naught y on Q naught y, from this same state Q naught y on reading 1, where do you go? You go to P1 no. Okay, so from this state Q naught Y on reading 1 you go to P1 no. Correct? So Q naught Y is over. Next we will see Q naught no. Now from state Q naught no on reading 0, okay, you go to P naught no. So from Q naught no on reading 0 you go to P naught no. So from this state Q naught no on reading 0 you go to P naught no. Now again from this state Q naught no on reading 1, from Q naught no on reading 1 you go to P1 no, right? So from Q naught no on reading 1 you go to P1 no. So you are going to have a transition from here to here. I'm sorry, we're going to have a transition from here to here on reading 1. Fine. So Q naught no, so two states are over, Q naught Y and Q naught no, both the states with 0 and 1 transition are over. Next we will deal with P naught Y or P naught no. So first we will deal with P naught Y. Okay, so transition from P naught Y on reading 0 it goes to P naught Y itself. P naught Y on 0 it goes to P naught Y itself. So P naught Y, okay, on reading 0 it goes to P naught Y itself. But P naught Y on 1, P naught Y on 1 it goes to P1 Y. Okay, P naught Y, that is that P naught Y on reading 1 it goes to P1 Y. So P naught Y on reading 1 it goes to P1 Y. So I am going to draw a transition here, right? Then so P naught Y is over. Now P naught no we will find out. So P naught no on 0 it goes to P naught Y. P naught no on 0 it goes to P naught Y. P naught no on 0 it goes to P naught Y. Okay, there is an overlap but can't do anything. So P naught no on 0 goes to P naught Y, and P naught no on 1 goes to P1 Y. P naught no, okay, P naught no on 1 goes to P1 Y. P naught no on 1 goes to P1 Y. Then P1 Y on 0 goes to P naught no. P1 Y on 0 goes to P naught no. So you will have P1 Y on 0 goes to P naught no, and P1 Y on 1 goes to P1 Y itself. P1 Y on 1 goes to P1 Y itself. So P1 Y on 1 it goes to P1 Y itself. So P naught Y and P1 Y on 0, P1 Y on 1 is over. Right? Now P1 no, finally what is remaining? P1 no on 0 goes to P naught no. P1 no on 0 goes to P naught no. So P1 no on 0 goes to P naught no, and P1 no on 1 goes to P1 Y. P1 no on 1 goes to P1 Y. Okay, on 1 goes to P1 Y. Right? So fine. So this is what we get. Okay, and Q naught y here will be the start state, because Q naught y was the, first of all, Q naught is the initial state here, and from Q naught you have got two states here, either Q naught y or Q naught n. You can take any one, but since I started with Q naught y, I am saying that Q naught y will be the start state. Now this is a Moore machine. However, in Moore machine every state has an associated output value, so that is remaining to be written. So those values we are going to get here. Now just see, if you see these two transitions, you clearly say that for the state Q naught y, the output is y. Output associated with Q naught y is y, right? So the output associated with Q naught y will be y, correct? Then output associated with, I think I have made a mistake here. This should be actually Q naught n, right? According to the formula here, this should be Q naught n. Okay, so when you look at the next two, it's very clear that output associated with state Q naught n will be no. So output associated with Q naught n will be no. Fine. Then when you see the next two, output associated with state P naught y will be y. P naught y, output associated will be y, so I will be writing it here. Then see the next two, the output associated with P naught no will be no. P naught no, the output associated will be no. Okay, then the output associated with P1y will be y only. P1y will be y only here. Then output associated with finally P1 no will be no. So output associated with P1 no will be no. So what you have here is a resultant Moore machine. So friend, this is how you convert a given Moore machine, given Mealy machine to a Moore machine.